So this is what it's all led up to. Some of you watch your media on YouTube. Some of you Amazon Prime. Some of you YouTube, Box TV. But none of you are getting what you want. Nobody gets the whole picture. I would compare this to sex in prison.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Nobody there
That's disruptive, by the way.
is getting what they want. And the content you want, you're not getting. So,
Wow. Hell no.
how do we fix it? How do you get every piece of all of this streamed directly into your computer and simplify what you're looking for? You know the best thing about popcorn time? That tons of people agreed in unison. The movie industry was way too ridiculous restrictions on way too many markets. It's crazy. Popcorn Time 2.0 is how we're going to fix that. So we are a community-based platform. What we do is basically does not have a business model. Excuse me. This is exciting. This is exciting.
I think Nick just dropped the soap.
I'm trying to remove that picture.
I'm sorry. You started again.
So, we are the answer you've been looking for. Popcorn Time. What we're delivering already is a fantastic community that's based on instant access to movies and series everywhere. You don't have to wait if you're in a different country. You don't have to not get the movie if you're not subscribed to a certain system. Wow. You get everything. Wow. The application is for all major operating systems. It's a BitTorrent protocol, and people who don't want to pay are the primary subscribers, but it's also a big deal with those who are looking for stuff they can't find on all these other things, Netflix and so on, because if we're movie aficionados, we're not just looking for the newest content, we're looking for what we love. So, their current business model, they don't have one, and they openly say they don't have one. This was only created about a year ago, and the guys who created it created kind of like a joke. They're from Argentina, and they shut their own site down when it started getting too much media. It was the community that got together and put it back up. And so that's the model we need to stick with as we move forward. Recommended business model, we are going to monetize this because that's what we're going to bring to you guys. The way to monetize this is to not have a subscription and to not pay for the movies. What we're going to do is we're going to create it with a very basic commercial service of ads. Just 30-second ads. So what we're giving you is we're giving you one platform to find all your content, easy to use, and all we're asking for is 30 seconds of your time every time you pop through that movie. Wow. The main things, we want people that don't want to pay, but also that can't find what they're looking for, and we want to bring in the new subscribers to the community, people who are already on Hulu and Netflix and anything else who can't find what they're looking for. They can get on our platform, and we'll have an automatic sign-in to those. So what you'll see in another slide is the ability to also log on to those, but to have it streaming on ours, and I'll get to that. We want the advertisers. That's going to be the big thing we're going to introduce in 2.0, and we want the content producers. Primarily value proposition, instant access to movies and series, obviously, and it's going to be the one portal. So I don't want to compare it to anything like Google, but the idea is this is an industry that has not been disrupted, and obviously needs it. And although we've had a lot of good ideas today, it's still not all-encompassing. That's what we're going for. Access to new segments, new revenue streams, and a broader audience. So, say you look up Fargo, good old classic movie. Maybe you find it on Hulu. We're going to show you how much it costs, and we're going to give you a link. If you want to go watch it on Hulu, that's fine, and that's how much it's going to cost you. Maybe Netflix, they've got it for some reason, and we're going to tell you how much that subscription costs. If you're already a Netflix subscriber, you've already logged onto our system, you can click right through to their system, and you can watch it on theirs. This week, it happens to be free on YouTube. We're going to let you know. Here's a legal, easy way to find it for free.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, we'll be fine. And we're going to cruise through there. But if you can't find it anywhere else, you can find it on our platform. Basically, we're bringing new users to the site. We're simplifying it. We're creating a monetization platform. All we're doing is those 30-second commercials. It's very simple, but it's a very easy way to capitalize on this. Particularly, that monetization will grow exponentially compared to the users. And as a quick heads up, we have 36,000 people on Twitter already and 218,000 on Facebook. And this is a small community.
Yeah.
Wait till it blows up.
Yeah.
So,
How many on Facebook?
218,000.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll just cut to the chase right there.
Yeah.
We're disruptive.
I've been teaching for 20 years, my friend. No one has ever used that analogy in any pitch I've ever seen. That alone is disruptive. Okay? So what I love about what I heard is that the community would not let this go away, right? That like Veronica Mars or like Arrested Development or other things that the community's grown to love, even though the founders sort of walked away, the community said, no, we want this to live. So that's great. Right? It's great, very positive to understand it. Now, your model was very scary to me because until you gave me your last slide, which was a great surprise, because I don't know how many advertisers would allow themselves to be associated with misappropriated content, right? You're going to lose a lot of the advertisers. But what I love about your recommendation is you're going to give people the chance to acquire first. But there's still the question about, at some point, some people are going to say, no, you know what? I can watch it for free. I'm going to watch it for free. So my biggest concern about the model, because it is disruptive, is you're going to attract sleazy advertisers, okay, as opposed to quality advertisers. So tell me how you think that logic through.
Okay, there are several different ways to approach it. And one of the things we want to do is we want to, because we are opening a new customer segment to the advertisers.
Yes.
Because a lot of the people using this platform is not necessarily they don't want to pay, but they don't want to go through the hassle of paying for every single site.
Yeah.
So they are early adopters, they use technology. So there are a specific segment of advertisers that these people are attracted to. Mm-hmm. And we also want to give some of this revenue back to those that create the content.
Yeah.
So we're trying to move towards a legalization of this BitTorrent content. Because the content is already there. Yeah. So it's a way to tapping into revenue that's not been generated.
Yeah, I really think that's a very important part. If you're going to attract serious mainstream advertisers, there's got to be some attempt to monetize that content and distribute some of it back to the community, right?
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Our idea also is to partner up with independent producers, so it's like grabbing the end tail of the media industry and make like a domino effect until it hits Hollywood. So it would be like engaging the producers, which will get money in return for being on our platform and at the same time getting exposure to the rest of the world that they can do by themselves.
Right. Okay.
The long-term goal is to show Hollywood that this is what the world wants.
Yeah.
They want the content available everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. And so this could very well be a massive venture capital investment required to do exactly as you say, Tommy, to prove to the world this is the new model, and to say that all this digital rights stuff, look, the world has changed, this generation is not the same, and let's acknowledge reality. Right, and we're going to give people freedom of choice, and we're going to give them the choice to do the right thing if that's what they want to do. But let's recognize that a new generation of people just is not going to pay for content, and we'll do everything we can to try to be fair and distribute some money back to these producers. Right.
This is incredibly exciting when you break it down further, because it's the idea you're not only bringing on all these other pieces that aren't already there, and bringing everything in one place. Yeah. But as we talked about it through, we're really pushing the arts community. So you can really see these independent films where you can't see them anywhere else. Yeah. And if you do want to flip back to that, we don't have to charge on that one commercial. You're going back. So you're never messing with the community that's already there. Yeah. But if you're doing the 30-second leap to wherever else, You're going to go to a well-known paid advertiser or whatever else, and
Right.
they're going to appreciate that.
Cool.
Or even the guys who started it, they started it because of fun.
Yeah.
It was not a business model.
Because they were moved, like Evan Karp started Tumblr, or, you know, what's his name, Zuckerberg started Facebook. It was more just a project, right? And how old were these guys? Were they millennials that were movie lovers? What was their backstory?
In their 20s, but no one really knows. Because
Okay.
they're more or less anonymous.
They went underground. Okay, so they started this, they got a huge amount of press, and then they just sort of disappeared. Wow.
And
Fascinating.
it is actually a big deal. We
Yeah.
recently read an article about the Netherlands
Yeah.
where popcorn time is actually going past Netflix in terms of users.
Is that right?
So if that's a trend, there's a huge
Yeah.
revenue stream to be
Wow.
tapped into here.
Fascinating. So the community has resurrected it, and it's standing up enough that it's actually winning against Netflix in a sophisticated, you know, European market.
The unofficial
Wow.
spokesman for this
Yeah.
group is
Yeah.
a guy named Red,
Okay.
who, when they interview him, he's talking about how Hollywood is very afraid of them.
Yeah,
They've been called out by Netflix.
Of
They've been
course.
called out by a couple
I'm
of these
sure.
guys. And the reason you can't sue them,
Yes.
other platforms have tried, and the only lawsuits that have possibly gone through with other platforms,
Yeah.
other BitTorrents, it's when they're pushing you to use illegal
Yeah.
content.
Right, no,
We're
okay.
pushing people away from the
Yeah,
illegal
yeah,
content.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Fascinating business model. Thank you. Really cool. Thank you. All right.